basicsbeats.com.
Peace, y'all. It's Lucci Rare Energy back with another video. I'm happy that you took the time out to come and check out what I have to say. So today, you're going to be talking about insecurities. Now, the other day, I had hit somebody up. For whatever reason, my heart or something in my soul was like, I just hit her up. So I hit her up, and the conversation really didn't even go nowhere. It didn't even start into a conversation, right? So all of a sudden, I started feeling weird and awkward and all this shit. So I started asking myself a series of questions. Like, why do I feel this way? What is happening? What's going on? So I woke up this morning and I asked myself the same questions, because yesterday I couldn't answer them because I'm just trying to figure out why didn't the conversation develop at all? Like, so I'm trying to figure out, did I say something wrong? Did I do anything wrong for this person to not acknowledge what I had to say, or even engage to continuing the process of trying to create a conversation? Like, what was it? So I had to sit with myself this morning, and I was like, it's me. It's all me. It's all me. It's all me. It's me because I created the awkwardness, right? Because two things happens in the conversation, right? The person continues to engage in the conversation with you, or the other person doesn't engage in the conversation. Now, I didn't even have true, real intentions with even talking to this being. Something in my spirit was just like, hit her up. So I did. I was just being obedient to the universe, to source energy. So I feel like that sparked a conversation within myself to really think about, why do I have this insecurity when it comes to conversation? Now, the issue is when it comes to like my family members or my best friends, or like my buddies, my basketball buddies, whatever. If we engage in a conversation and they don't respond back, I don't have that same response. Like, if I ask my mother a question, she doesn't respond back, I don't have that same insecurity response. I have an annoyance of response. Like, I'm just asking you a question. You know, if my friends, if I try to engage in a conversation and they don't hit me back to 5 hours later, I don't sit there and have an attitude or anything like that. I'm just like, oh, they're just busy. So my question was to myself was, why when it comes to women that I have insecurity when somebody doesn't respond back to me? So I had to ask myself, am I scared of rejection? Like, what the case is, because I'm very confident within myself. It took me a while to get here, so I'm not going to sit here and try to flex like I always been like this. No, it took a lot of hard work, crying, and trying to figure out what started this in the first place. So I had to really dive deep within my being to figure out, where's insecurity come from. And I came to the conclusion is that communication issues. I was never really I never really had a good communication skill that I have now. I can communicate my feelings and what I had to say very well now. But when I was younger, I couldn't express my feelings. And I'm sure a lot of y'all could resonate with, you know, not able to express your feelings the way you really truly want to, because you're afraid of being rejected or judged and nobody taking your feelings into consideration. So you just, you know, keep them inside. So that's what basically happened with me. But when it comes to women, I feel like that more so plays because of my intention with them. Now, once upon a time, I was a really, really thirsty person. Now I'm really just to myself. I'm just chilling, you know, and I'm waiting for somebody that's actually worth my energy to give out to express my feelings toward that person or whatever the case may be. So I'm just chilling at the moment, right? But I saw that when it comes to communication, I have a big ego when it comes to that. Now I'll explain like this. I say I have a big ego because if I engage in a conversation with you and you respond back, I expect that same energy that I'm giving out to you. Now I say that's the ego thing because you are your own being. So maybe in your reality you have things that's going on and that you might be busy at the moment or whatever the case may be, and I have time to engage in a conversation with you, but you might not have time to engage in a conversation with me. And that's where my ego comes into play, where I feel like the insecurity comes in, where I say something and I'm triple checking what I said to see if I said anything wrong for you not to respond to what I just said. And maybe the case may be is one or two things. Maybe you busy, or maybe you just don't want to engage in a conversation with me, or at least not at the moment in time. So it just really sparked up, like I said, a conversation within myself to really dive deep within myself to realize this is an egotistical thing with me. Because I have to feel like if I'm about to text you or hit you up just to engage in a conversation with you, you should have that same energy with me. And no, it's not the case, and there's nothing wrong with what I did. I didn't come disrespectful. I'm the type of person that comes correct. Now, a lot of people might talk to a man or a woman that might not come correct, might come just straight off crazy, and they don't get a response based off what they have initiated in the first place. Their intentions was wrong. Their intentions wasn't genuine. Their intentions was, let me see how far I can go, or maybe let me see if I could try to smash, blah, 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 blah. Me, that's not my intentions. I don't have the intentions of that. I'm not thirsty. But like I said, I come correct when I come to engage in these conversations. So I just feel like that was my whole ego, coming into play when it comes to conversation. But then the communication issues come from the lack of communication when it comes to me as a young individual. Because when I was younger, I tried to engage and try to have conversation, ask questions, and do this and do that. And I would probably get put to the wayside, like, get out of my face with that. I'm busy at the moment, da da da. So my communication skill kind of dropped because I didn't have the person that I'm engaging in conversation with to engage in my conversation skills and engage in my communication skills. So it kind of just like, whatever. But communication is so big with me, like it's so big. But I had to really put it in like categories because when it comes to my basketball buddies, it's a different type of, I don't really feel anything when they don't respond, right? But when it comes to women, I feel the insecurity. Or when it comes to my friends, I don't really feel anything. I'm like, oh, they're probably busy. They always get back to me anyway, because that's the relationship that I have. And it's like, my family members usually is like, okay, annoyance type of feeling if they don't respond back to me. So it was just very interesting to just really dive deep in within myself, because we all have insecurities. We all have an insecurity that we either really don't acknowledge, or we know but don't want to grow, or we really have to have somebody else trigger it so we can question ourselves, like, hey, where did that come from? Because we're in the process of growing, and we just want to be better, so we acknowledge that this is an issue so we can find out what's causing the issue, go to the root of the problem, and not deal with the actual situation, but go deeper to the root of the problem and see why this even surfaced in the first place. So this is what I use techniques that I use to help grow myself when it comes to my insecurities and stuff that I don't even know that I was insecure about. And so when it comes up and I see that I feel some type of way, I make sure that I check myself first. I never victim. I don't blame. I don't say it's her, it's him, da da da. I always blame myself first. Because I take personal responsibility for my actions and how I feel. Because nobody can make me feel anything unless I allow it to. So if somebody's doing something wrong or talking crazy to me, now I have two choices. I can ignore it or I can engage. So based off my reaction to the situation is how I'm going to feel. So I always make sure that I take personal responsibility of my actions and how I feel, and I don't blame anybody for making me feel any type of way. Even if it's somebody close to me, I always make sure that I check myself to make sure, did I overreact? Was it my fault? And if I honestly feel in my heart and soul genuinely that I didn't do anything wrong, and I could try to engage in a conversation with that person, and we could talk about it, because usually in situations like that, it's just miscommunication. That's why communication is so key with me, because it's so easy to have a miscommunication. It's crazy. It's so easy, so easy. So it bothers me. It bothers me. So usually, having good communication with others is so important, especially if you're trying to have intentions to talk to somebody, just engage in the conversation. It doesn't even matter like the intentions. It could be business. It could be anything. Like, people judge you based off what they say, like 4 to 8 seconds of you coming up to them. So you always gotta make sure that you're on point with your communication. Communication is key to everything. So if you have any insecurities, let's talk about it. Hit me up, hit me in the comments, talk to me. My social medias will be at the end of the video. Just talk to me. And we could definitely discuss like insecurities, and if you have any insecurities you want to talk to me personally about, you can message me, DM me on my Instagram, whatever you want to do, and I could give you some tools that help me, that I had, maybe we had similar insecurities, and I could show you how I dealt with my own insecurities based off what you tell me. So, I love you because I love myself. I love you because I love myself. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. This is my Facebook page. Check me out on here. Message me if you need to get at me. Here's my Instagram page. I have my motivational speeches on here and basketball clips on here. This is my basketball page. I'm trying to get overseas so bad, so check me out on here. This is new right here. This is my Consistency is a Lifestyle Training workout page, so train out with me over there. Peace.